There was a time in my life when things were really hard. I had to struggle every day at a job that left me not satisfied. This was difficult because people kept telling me what to do and not do. In addition to dealing with challenging co-workers and a problematic relationship, I honestly felt pretty awful about it all because I knew I was losing control of myself. Life. I felt like I was in the middle of a never-ending hard fight every day. One of those days, I was just randomly browsing YouTube when I came across an intriguing movie. The book, How Stoicism Can Change Your Life, is based on a book by a modern philosopher of the same name, Ryan Holiday. That's when I learned about Stoicism, which I'm very thankful for. Not planned, I started to use its ideas in my daily life and learned more about the subject and reading different books. That was the turning point in my life. I read more than a dozen books on the subject and developed a keen interest and decided to share this idea with others. The changes were truly amazing. Feelings of worry and stress changed into peace and calm. They became clearer and more in line with my choices. I guide myself by the positive values I hold dear. The most important thing was that I started to see more value in each day. Right now, I want to talk about how Stoicism can help you change your life. Lives. Let's examine the concepts comprising this theory and explore their potential applications. The world today. We'll also talk about how these ideas can help you deal with the challenge lies in making your life more meaningful once again. Therefore, if you are ready to embark on this journey, I invite you to experience inner revelation and change through Stoicism. Please watch this video with me until the end. This video promises to be one of the most entertaining ones. This channel has deep lectures. Let's start with my introduction to Stoicism. A beacon of light pierces through the darkness of my life. I'm absorbing the teachings of renowned Stoics. I entered a world of Epictetus, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Zeno, an amazing level of wisdom. Simply put, Stoicism is a perspective on the world that is grounded in it focuses on improving virtue, self-mastery, and understanding. Its main idea is that even though we can't change what happens, we can change how we react and how we see things. This offers us a powerful tool to handle the many problems we face in life. Being able to distinguish between what is within our sphere of influence is a crucial aspect of Stoicism. What we think, do, and choose, and what we can't take hold of. Things that occur in the outside world and the perspectives of others are important considerations. Stoicism teaches people how to spend wisely. We focus our efforts on modifiable aspects rather than immutable ones. That being said, this theory goes beyond just ideas. There are practical methods for everyday life that can help you deal with stress and worry, depression, when making choices, and when looking for real, long-lasting happiness. In this movie, we'll talk about Stoicism's main ideas and how they work, putting it into practice. We will discuss concepts such as virtue, courage, and righteousness. We accept and act in a way that is in line with our core values. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by life and wondered how to find peace amidst the chaos, for life improvement tips, watch this movie. I have lessons and points of view for you. There might be a way to begin a new journey. Beginnings in your life will lead to a fuller, more important life. But remember that the purpose of this theory is to lead and guide. You are the one who needs to do something. No theory can completely change you. You need to be a part of this change too. Make sure you turn it on and subscribe to the channel. If you want to keep up with the helpful tips I'll be giving you on this road to becoming a Stoic. Let's move forward and find out how this old theory that is still so useful can. It has the potential to change our lives as much as it did mine. What if you could start over with your life? Imagine if there was a button you could press to start over. Would you do it? Restarting doesn't always mean ignoring or forgetting the past. In fact, it's about taking in the lessons of life and using this knowledge to make the world a better place, a more hopeful future. Things that get in the way become the way, as Marcus Aurelius told us. He stated that all you need to do is proceed to the next step. Do what you need to do. No one can stop you. It takes skill and balance to start over. We can learn from our mistakes and keep going with new hope. How did we feel about situations mirror how we see them? If we think the world is dangerous, as defense, we act. But if we treat it with kindness, our acts show that we love it. Stoicism tells us to question and change how we see life, to look at things clearly. Clearly, it's important to control your emotions. Because Seneca said so, we hurt more in our minds than in real life. Occasionally, something triggers pain. Either it hasn't happened yet, or it's only in our minds. What if we saw every problem as a chance to do something good for ourselves? True Stoics view challenges as opportunities to grow stronger, not as fates. The spirit. This could guide us down a new path that extends our reach beyond our previous limits. They encourage telling us that just as fire makes gold pure, problems can be seen as chances to grow. Adversity makes strong people even stronger, making us better every day. I believe in Stoicism because of this. In the end, everything we go through can shape our lives. This is what's so great and useful about Stoicism. Based on Marcus Aurelius's, he kept his inner thoughts to himself during his meditations, not sharing them with others. We receive daily reminders to lead an honest and meaningful life. They demonstrate the conversations we have with ourselves. Keeping up with ourselves is essential in our lives. So, we need to be friends with ourselves. I'm not. We shouldn't need others, but we should value our presence wherever we are. We should be content with ourselves, regardless of the opinions of others. Dependence on focusing on other people's happiness can be the biggest trap. Stoicism tells us that everything changes, everything, happiness, pain, success, and failure, tells us to live without attachment. I appreciate important events, but I am always prepared to let them go. As Epictetus says, we know that everything costs something. Pick what you value and be ready to give up the rest. The path of a Stoic is not easy, but it is very fulfilling. It helps us learn we should value ourselves, get stronger when things get hard, and live with a reason. Taking care of disrespect. Speaking up in difficult situations can be challenging, but it's essential for a fulfilled life. Stoicism stresses how important it is to live in balance with everything, not just the outside world, but also with who we are on the inside. Ask yourself, am I acting in line with what I really want, ideas, or am I just responding to what other people want? Remember that our thoughts shape our lives. We often strive to please others, seeking external validation. We often seek approval and tend to forget our true selves. Stoicism tells us to see how valuable we are on the inside, separate from what other people think. Herodotus said, "Real freedom is not being ruled by other people." To put it another way, you are the key to becoming a new you. Accepting doesn't mean giving up your job. It means seeing things as they really are and responding wisely. Acceptance means being aware of the things we can't change, but still being able to determine our response to these situations. Realizing what's going on and choosing how to deal with it, to handle it. Instead of waiting for the storm to pass, we learn how to navigate around it. We only really have the present moment. We forget the past and the future. A question mark. Right now, that's where real power is. Don't focus on the past or linger on the present. The past keeps us from noticing what's going on in the present, which keeps us stuck in a loop. The Stoics didn't just talk about their ideas, they lived by them every day. We are constantly striving to improve, acquire knowledge, and expand. What do we want to leave behind? Stoicism teaches that what we do, not what we say, leaves a mark on the world. Life. It doesn't count the number of breaths we take, but rather the times when we can't breathe. As we live in a world where people are often out to get us, remember the power of quiet. Both internal and external aspects hold significant importance. Silence brings peace, clarity, and a deeper understanding. Connection with who we are. We can think, relax, and focus on what's important in this place. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it, Epictetus said. We understand that letting go of what is stopping us is often the key to going forward. Whether it's an old grudge or an outdated view of who we are, by following Stoicism, we get the freedom to reach our full potential. The quality of our thought process is crucial, the happiness we feel. It's more important to value virtue than money, power, or position. Being charitable in our deeds means being honest, kind, and having integrity. We need to think about which values we are working on while we're traveling. We remember what Zeno of Cilium said, "It is not that. We only have a short time to live, but we waste a lot of it on useless things." Life. Life is full of problems that we can't avoid, but Stoicism tells us that what matters is not what happens to us, but how we handle it. Do not spend your time on small things. Always look for ways to change, because that's how new you can come out. If this is something you enjoy, don't pass up the chance. Get the ebook Stoicism right now. Ancient Strategies for Modern Problems in the 21st Century, and open the door to wealth. This ebook will help you get more money and make your relationships better. You can find the link in the pinned reply. Every problem you face is a chance to learn, grow, and get stronger. Epictetus said it this way: in life, it's not about avoiding wounds, it's about not giving up on them. When we were kids, the future appeared to offer a wide range of possibilities. So, why does it feel like doesn't anything work? It can be a turning point to look back at your actions and figure out what worked and what didn't. On this trip, like so many others, a cloud fell on my shoulders. Liquor. What used to be a once-a-while escape from the chaos of the world became a daily necessity. It made my days dark and made my nights less pleasant. I was drinking every day and hanging out with shallow friends, only when there was a drink around. Without it, there was no friendship or connection. It became hard to find happiness, and the relationships I cared about started to fall apart. Then at the film about Stoicism talked about at the height of this spiral of self-destruction. This theory was introduced to me at the beginning of this text. At that moment, I understood what was going on. Being Stoic really is. Seeing that movie marked the beginning of a new phase in my life. I am adopting Stoicism as my lifestyle. I hope this text marks the beginning for you. Your fresh start. Write down, "I will be a new person," and the date for today. Let's start over again. Right now. Just as Seneca discussed how our emotions can imprison us, I considered how I had locked myself up and let drinking control my life. Drawing from the writings of Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and other Stoic thinkers, I began my path to getting sober. I learned how important it is to be able to control myself. We must remain resilient when confronted with challenges and acknowledge that certain situations are beyond our control. We can choose how to react to everything that happens to us and everyone that talks to us. These events occur in a way that doesn't evoke any emotions in us. Today, many years after this main event, I have let go of the old form of myself. I'm thankful every day that I came across Stoicism at that very important moment. I quit drinking 2.5 years ago, 4 months ago. I chose to be different and change. How long are you going to wait to change? This way of thinking taught me to value life and be strong when things get tough, and really feel free. Alcohol no longer controls my life. Now I am in charge. I am in charge of my own clarity and mission. Now it's my job to teach you all of these things. Although it's been difficult, Stoic ideas have guided me during the worst and darkest hours. Here are some ideas for getting better at things. Make changing habits a part of your everyday life. Putting them to use starting today. I should say that you'll be on the way to full renewal and a clear, well-planned future from now on. 1. Morning meditation. Time. Set aside a few minutes every morning to relax. Thoughts. Think about what happened the day before and visualize how you want today to go. Get your mind ready for challenges and stay calm when things get stressful. 2. Gratitude journal. Every day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. This helps you see the good in things and enjoy the little things in life. 3. Regular physical activity. Do some form of physical activity every day. The Stoics cared about their health. You can exercise in any way you like, such as walking, running, yoga, or anything else. Control. Principle. When you're facing problems, keep in mind the Stoic principle of difference. It's important to know the difference between what you can control and what you can't. Peacefully accepting what you can't change. 5. Self-control. Practice exercising self-control, eating, money, and managing your time. Set a reasonable, clear goals, and keep working toward them. 6. Self-evaluation. Every night. Before bed, think about what you did today. Check to see if your actions were in line with your beliefs and the Stoic way of life. Finding ways to improve things and making plans are crucial. 7. Getting ideas from inspirational examples. Read about the lives of individuals such as Seneca, Epictetus, and others who adhered to Stoic principles. Marcus Aurelius learned from his mistakes. 8. Separation from other people's opinions. Don't care too much about what other people think, considering what other people think. Make an effort to follow your own morals and beliefs. 9. Awareness of life's transience. Remember that death is inevitable and use that as a reason to live a positive life. Respect life and think about the choices you make. 10. Spend time working on your skills, developing or getting better at skills. Personal improvement is very important in Stoicism. Boosting courage to deal with problems. 11. Accepting what you can't change. Understand that what happens to you won't hurt you unless you choose it to. Accepting what you can't change makes you less stressed. 12th. Valuing honesty in relationships is important. Look for relationships that are real, beneficial for both of you, and built on virtue. 13th. Reading philosophical texts. Every day, promise to read philosophical texts every day. Reading books or writings by Stoics and thinking about what they say and how it applies to your life can be beneficial. 14. Thoughts on death. Take some time to think about your own death. This will help you put things in perspective. Avoid daily worries and respect the time you have. 15. Developing good self-respect. Instead of judging yourself when you face problems, be kind to yourself and keep going, because of things you can't change. 16. Altruism and giving back to the community. Find ways to help others without expecting anything in return. This will give you a stronger sense of purpose and satisfaction. Keep in mind that Stoicism requires constant practice and does not immediately bring about changes. These habits can change your life and the way you think. When problems come up, remember, the obstacle is the way. Look for opportunities to grow and learn in tough situations. Balance your wants and feelings and work on being emotionally self-disciplined. Strive for understanding. Set healthy limits for your mental and emotional health and learn to control your negative urges. In conclusion, Stoicism is a strong way to change yourself. We've talked about a set of daily habits that are based on this old theory and can help you. In your daily life, work on being self-disciplined, strong, and calm. It's important to make sure you write down everything important in this book. It will help you grow. Meditation in the morning, empathy, and helping others are some of the routines. Giving people the tools they need to deal with problems in a calm and focused way is crucial, but it's important to move. Take action. Knowing what to do isn't enough. Use these ideas every day. Begin right now. Pick at least one of these things to do. Monitor the changes in your outlook and health over time. If you found this text useful, show your support if you want more help with personal growth and useful ideas. What impact do you believe these methods have on your transformation? Consider your journey and what you'd like to read more about in future books. Don't forget, small steps taken every day can lead to a fuller and more meaningful life. Stoic ideals should always be followed. In line with what this station has always done, I want you to think about this. Have you ever had to deal with a big problem in your life? How could applying Stoic ideas has changed the way you see things or helped you in that case? If you believe that adopting this way of thinking would have been beneficial to you earlier, tell us about your experience in the comments. Thank you all for your continued help and being there. I trust this idea has been beneficial to you. Also, if you really need to, there are some important things you should do early in the morning to change your life. Good morning. There's a movie here for you. Be still and know that God made you.